This episode is brought to you by Maestro Sausage, the only sausage we use at Hot Tongue. They produce sausages specifically with pizzerias in mind, and you can tell. So if your sausage isn't hitting all the right notes, let Maestro lead the way. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of the internet, it's your guy sitting here at Hot Tongue Pizza. That is right. Same pizzeria, same podcast, and it's coming down the way, pie to pie. This one with a longtime pizza friend, Waldo. Waldo has worked in many kitchens all over Los Angeles, Long Beach, Culver City, Los Angeles, and he's now got his own mobile wood fire oven, got a couple Gozneys because he knows what time it is. And depending on where he's popping up and what he's doing, he uses one for the other, you know. But we talk about that. He says you're never going to get the same bake in a beautifully built, big commercial wood fire oven. I've known Waldo for a few years now. He hit me up a few years ago to talk about opening up his own shop, what it would take, how much it would cost. He came and met me at Purgatory, and I think we just talked for an hour, and it was an instant friendship since then. He has been an inspiration, just watching what he's done, what he does, and he's just such a good dude. We talk about his journey, and most importantly, we break down flowers in this episode. I don't know if you guys knew about the 9-to-5 flower, or the boomer flower, or the hipster flower. He educates me. This podcast was so much fun. I thought we were gonna have to go down to LBC, and I was excited. We were gonna listen to Bradley Knoll, some Sublime all the way down there, and post up, but he came up here, and most importantly, we had our first podcast that somebody opened a beer before 8 a.m. Actually, it might have been 8:20, but my man also brought his dog, Portia. So many laughs, so many good times. Waldo is a dear friend and also one of the most talented people I have ever met. I'm so excited that we finally got to sit down. I know y'all are gonna enjoy this. You're gonna get educated on the 9-to-5 flower, what kind of footwear to actually be wearing while making pizza. These are all very important things. Something very important that we didn't touch on the pod is I took Waldo on his first delivery, okay? He delivered a pizza with me. There's nothing like seeing somebody deliver their first pizza for the first time. It brought a tear to my eye, especially now knowing that delivery's on its way out and third party is the way now. Where's Waldo? Waldo was in Silver Lake talking to me, and I appreciate you coming up. If you're in Long Beach, or hopefully he's coming up this way, Waldo's Pizza, baby. Waldo Stout, a living legend, just like Lee Fields, the sole proprietor of sexy music. Actually, I don't know that because I didn't go and listen to Lee Fields, but I'm gonna. And you should too after you listen to this episode with Waldo Stout, the man, the myth, the legend. Waldo Pizza forever. Let's go. MailWise Solutions takes advertising to the next level. They design, print, and direct mail, menus, flyers, and postcards for pizzerias all across the United States. I've worked with MailWise before. I tried to design my own menu, and Kevin said, hey, give me a stab at this, and holy shit. When he sent me back the menu, I was like, I thought I was okay at what I did, and his design team blew me away. There's no mailing contracts, so you're free to advertise on your own schedule. Click the link in the show notes or request a sample pack at mailwisesolutions.com. Let's get you some new customers today.
You want to be like the consulting chef or whatever? And I was like, you got me for 6 months, dude. If you're down, you
Is
know.
he putting you on salary?
No, I mean, so I don't want to be on salary because then
he owns you, man.
Well,
he fucking owns you, dude.
But then, because you actually have to fucking, there's no clocking out.
Yeah.
If I'm not on salary, and they're going to give me, a point system. So
yeah, man, but there's no clocking in either.
I don't know. It'll be interesting project. So it'd be it's going to be Italian and then square pies and shit like that. So it's something that's very not my style.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I said yes, because I'm yeah, why not? Why not be part of a cool project and then yeah, be able to escape away
Into your own thing.
Yeah. Again, it's very.
Are they doing a shit ton of squares?
Well, we're gonna be we don't have a pizza oven. We're gonna have a double deck convection oven.
Yeah.
And then so basically with that, that's where we'll make those pies. You know what I mean? Because he like, it's not that he has like a small budget or anything, but I also don't think that you need like to make some quality pizzas. You don't really need fucking like combi oven or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So
you're just using like a convection oven, like open doors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be great for squares.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just make sure you let them proof long enough. You know.
Oh, that's an
Let's
8.
just.
That's an 8:15 a.m. beer.
We're not. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
We got a lot of firsts going on here. First, we have a pupper. I hope we can hear it. What's your pup's name? Portia.
Yeah, Porsche.
Nice.
Porcia. So not like the car. So it's like an old ancient
Name
name.
your daughter Alexis.
Yeah, I couldn't afford one. So I named my daughter Alexis or Portia.
All right. Well, we got Portia and we got Little Bo Pills being drank.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, it is 8:15 a.m. So I want to clarify that, make sure. No, yeah, it's a new concept that's happening in Long Beach. So it's going to be like a sister restaurant or establishment to a bar down there called Baby G's. What's
going on in Long Beach, dude? What's Long Beach all about?
Bro, Long Beach, it's its own.
It's like its own world.
It's its own identity for sure.
But it's Los Angeles.
It's it's not.
It's LA County, isn't it?
It's LA County, but dude, everybody from out here is like Long Beach is Long Beach, and Long Beach is like we're not LA.
Have you ever seen LA County drawn out? It's like what the fuck? It goes down and it's just like, yeah, we'll take Long Beach.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know, dude. There's a lot going on down there. The food scene's pretty cool. A ton of dive bars. Right now in Long Beach, there is a ton of like pizzerias that are popping up left and right, and it's pretty sick. I love it down there. I personally, I used to work up here for a long time up in LA, but I just kind of got tired of like the drive and shit like that too. So
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
What's the best pizza in Long Beach?
Ooh, my buddy spot. It's called La Padolaccia. It's an old Roman style, like Italian spot.
Wow, he's doing like Roman style pizza?
Yeah, he does not like not the traditional like square Roman style ones, but he does Roman style. Well, he does that too, but he does round, like thin, crispy Roman style wood fire pizza. So that shit is my favorite. I'm also biased because we're homies. So like if we go in there and I only go when he's working. So but yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of just a lot of pizzerias popping up in there. Well, meh.
Dude, how did you find your way into pizza? Because you now have your own trailer.
I have my own trailer. I have 2 Gozneys now too. So,
you're now a Gozney god.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you in the collective?
The collective.
Oh my God.
What's the collective?
Bro, you just sell your plasma, and there's a blood sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the Gozney gods.
Yeah. Yes, to the gods.
Okay.
And no, you just you hit up Nate, dude.
I don't know whose name.
He's the Gozney god.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm down. I'm down to get on the Gozney train.
You should get in the collective,
well,
dude.
Hook me up. I first started cooking like 10 years ago. The way that I got into pizza was I actually originally became a baker. So I walked into Lodge Bread Company and asked for a job. Then at the same time, I was working the bakery in the morning, and this was in Culver City. So Roberta's just opened in Culver City, and I was a broke ass cook. So I was like, maybe I can just like get 2 birds with 1 stone. And I started working at Roberta's at night. So I'd be baking bread in the morning and shaping and learning all how to do that, and then go work a wood fire oven at night. And well, it wasn't not right away. I think I spent the first like 3 or 4 months literally just sitting there and docking dough and slapping out because the place was like crazy busy at the time. So yeah.
In Culver City?
Yeah.
So how long did you work at Roberta's for?
So that stint was probably like a year.
Yeah.
The first time I worked there recently again, like maybe like a year ago, just because I was like I needed to make some money and pay the bills, so I went back for a little bit. So yeah. So that's how I got into pizza, I guess.
Were you're still homies with people from there?
Yeah. So the sous chef at the time is now like running all the Roberta shows, so it's like pretty cool. So yeah.
Do you know Alphabet Pizza?
Alphabet Pizza? No.
He is like a sous chef for Roberta's.
No, no, I don't know who that is. No.
Isn't there one in Sherman Oaks now?
Yeah, there is. Is it Sherman Oaks or no? It's in Studio City. Studio City.
I'm not. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't anything past up here. Like this is about as far as I go. Yeah.
So then what happened with Roberta's? You started drinking at 8:15 a.m. and they were like, "Yo, dude, this guy's gotta go."
Basically at the time I was working at Lodge, working at Roberta's at night.
Still living in Long Beach.
Still living in Long Beach. So I had this sick Mazda that had no back seats, and I would sleep in the Mazda in between jobs. So that came in clutch for that duration of time, or that time. But so it was funny.
Have you ever? Oh, go ahead.
No. It's funny because the guys at Lodge, they got upset that I was working at Roberta's at night. And yeah, dude, whack.
Really?
I'm like, bro, you guys are paying me like $16 an hour. Like, and I'm,
Why were they mad? Were they insecure?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it was just a really weird time. Those dudes were fucking super weird. Like,
where is Lodge again?
It's on Washington in Culver City.
Okay, so they were close.
Yeah. So like Culver City and then, Roberta's too. Yeah, they just got super weird. Like classic, they're like, you're our employee. I was like, bro, like
we own you.
Yeah, I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Out.
So I actually quit.
So they sucked.
Yeah, they sucked. I mean, I learned what I learned there, which was fucking sick. But yeah, the owners were fucking terrible. Anyways,
are they still open?
Yeah, they're still open. Wow. Yeah, they got their thing going on, whatever it is.
All right. I bet they're a lot better now.
I doubt it.
Oh man.
I don't give a fuck. Whatever,
man.
Dude.
All right.
So I actually put in my 2 weeks, and they're like, "Oh, we need more time," and I was like, "No, I can't give you more time." And then they like handed me my check like a week in, was like, "Thanks," and I was just like
one of those people. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah, it was like
it's like we need you, and then it's like you don't give them what they want, and so they're like out of pride and spite, they're like, "Fuck this guy! Like we're not even gonna give you the 2 weeks."
Exactly.
Right.
So they asked me for 3.
Yeah.
One specific guy, the owner, whatever. He asked me for 3 weeks. I gave him 2, and then at the end of the week, like when I was getting paid, it was this is I don't know if I'm sharing too much, but my direct deposit didn't hit, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then the next morning, I was like, hey, where's my it didn't hit, and they're like, oh, here's your check, thanks, dude. And I was like, all right, later. And then so that was actually good though, because then I went to go work at Justa. So I was working at Justa and Roberta's at night, and they were fucking stoked. You know what I mean? Lodge was cool. I learned how to make bread and like worked with a lot of whole wheat, and that was sourdough. That was super rad, and I'm grateful for that. Owners suck, but outside of that, it's cool. And then Justa, that place is a machine, dude. That's where I would say that I really honed in on like making baguettes and bread. And I used to go in and do like 2 bakes a week back in the day. And I would wake up at midnight to be there by 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So that I can go rip all the dough, bake all the bread for like 10, 12 hours. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was sick because you're there by yourself. You just made hundreds of loaves of bread. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it felt like I used to like look at the bread stand or whatever and just see all of it and be like, fuck yeah, this is sick. You know what I mean? So I definitely fell in love with bread before I fell in love with pizza. And I just think like baking is super rad, but it's a little slow for me. Yeah. So, you know, I was like 25 and I was just like, this pizza shit is like way sick because you're cooking with a wood fire oven, you're still making dough. It's just like a different form of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
I purchased a Gozney Arc XL recently, and the bake has been so consistent. The bottom heat of the oven and the actual arc just cooks the crust to a caramelized perfection. There is no other oven, in my opinion, out right now that is going to give you these same results. Whether you are in need of a new oven for your pop-up or your dad's asking you, what is the best oven to make some homemade pizzas? Use our affiliate link down in the show notes. Smash the link. It helps the podcast. And more importantly, it helps you. I feel like I like the process of bread making. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're making bread when you're making pizza too. But
Yeah.
Like that romance of how long that stuff takes, especially like waking up that early in the morning, being in the bakery by yourself, doing all that. Like I think that's like what if I could. Yeah. If I could leave this all behind and like move to some mountain town and just make baguettes and country loaf and sell coffee and just like drink wine.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah. You know dude, I mean there's a reason why people like fall in love with it, but that's the other funny thing too is that like if you're a baker, you're kind of like you're in your own world.
Yeah.
Like you're not you know, like a overnight shift worker.
Yeah,
that's what a baker is, but like in the morning. Portia, she, yeah. So,
but that's
like,
what
but they're like bakers are weirdos, dude.
That's what I'm saying. They're
super weird. They're like I don't know. I used to work with a baker. She used to like talk to her dough and like be like, "Oh, how you guys doing this morning?" And I'm like, that's kind of weird.
That's what's up.
And then. As I started doing it more and more, I was like, I can kind of see why she like talks to him and shit like that. It has this weird like Portia's out here. I guess
she's on the pod, dude. She's the star,
dude. Yeah, we need to put her up here.
I would just say that I think that like the thing that's most appealing to me is that like all the work is done before people come in.
Yeah.
So it's like. I get to enjoy. I feel like what ruins the process of making pizza for me, especially having an exposed kitchen here, is like being looked at or like having to work per order. So it's like pressure is put on. Like the more orders that come in, your quality goes. You never get to make the best pizza in the busiest times because like the more business you have coming in, the more exceptions you have to make, or sometimes like the lower quality. I don't want to say lower quality, but like maybe not your best pie.
Exactly.
You're not taking the time to properly stretch your pizza. Maybe your toppings get a little bit flubbed up. No one's gonna notice, but you are. I actually fucking hate days that are like so fucking busy that it's like you're sending shit out or doing things that you have to do because of how fucked it is inside your shop. Whereas like being a baker. Like I would rather go in at 11. Yeah. And like I'd rather go to sleep at 3 in the afternoon and wake up and like front load all of that work so that every piece of bread is perfect. Every ciabatta is shaped correctly. The donuts that I make, like, and then all I'm doing is selling all this perfect work that like I got to meticulously make. Yeah. Instead with pizza, it's kind of just like, on a Friday night, on a Friday, Saturday night, you might not be getting the same pizza that you would on a Tuesday afternoon, you know?
Now, I will add to that, though, because now that's perfect case scenario, right? Or perfect scenario, right? That you go in and you make your dough, and you have all this bread, and you bake it to perfection, right?
It. Yeah.
But, dude, you just like... Portia. Get out of here. Just like having bad dough days with, the pizza dough, you can imagine having, I remember at Justa or even at Lodge, like, both those bakeries, there were days where full batches of like rye, you're talking about like, or like even their country loaf, you're talking about like 150 loaves.
Yeah, baby.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Blown out. Overproofed. And like, you know what I mean? Like you did all that work.
Yes.
Like there was like 6 of us.
Of course.
And then you know what I mean? So I think it has its.
I'm not saying it's like easy. Okay?
I didn't say that either. I'm just saying
dough is a living thing, especially if you're doing sourdough.
Yeah.
Like you gotta wrangle the beast. If all goes well and your AC's on and like your time and your temperature's there, and you didn't hire any idiots,
or the variables are right. Like your oven doesn't like break down or something. Or,
well, yes, you're always gonna have those issues. But you're never going to have to worry about, like, because you can prepare. Like, you can't pre-make pizzas.
No.
And if you do...
And if you do, you should get shot.
Well, I won't go that far. But, yeah, I mean, like, you're selling hot and readies. You know?
Yeah, all bad. If you're pre-making your pizzas, I mean, outside of, like, catering or something, I'll just add, like, no.
Have you ever worked on one of those brick conveyor ovens?
I haven't. I've seen them. But no, I haven't worked on it.
Dude, I've seen 2 of them now. And like, I used to shit on conveyor ovens, but these things are insane.
They're good?
What do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I'm no hater on any oven.
Come on, you are the biggest hater.
Okay, maybe this, yeah.
Hey,
Portia. What are you doing?
You do not want that nail. Chewing on nails and fucking...
Dude,
is this a junkyard dog?
She's a blue healer, dude. She's like...
She's fucking... That's epoxy and a fucking stud.
I should have brought a ball. Anyways, conveyor... Okay, you're talking about like domino style conveyor?
Not a dominoes, but
so like the ones that rotate with the
so
stone.
it's a conveyor, but like the newer ones, they have like
the stone.
They have a brick, and then they have like an actual stone. So like it goes onto a stone. It bakes. Like this guy showed me his bake, and I was like, dude,
is it nice?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm not a fan of any conveyor belt like pizzas or anything of that matter. I mean, I'm super old school. I like wood fire ovens, and that's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to, to learn all the ovens out there. I think I've cooked on every single type of oven. Maybe not that conveyor belt one, but I mean, dude, if you get a solid pie out of it, like, and it works for your concept on what you're doing or what you're trying to nail, then like do it. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to like what I personally want to do, or like along those lines,
you like the romance, you like the flame,
I guess
the alchemy.
It just works. I mean,
the grain.
I just can't. I've never had a pizza better than the one that comes out of a wood fire oven. You know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna get some heat for that. That's for sure. But there's no better.
No pun intended.
I just like it's not. Sorry, it's like I know I like what I like.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Robertas in New York?
I have not.
Okay.
I haven't been to New York.
You haven't made that pilgrimage?
No. I've never been to New York either. So it's.
Best
pizza in New York.
I'd say don't worry, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, it's like it's the water. There's a shitty pizza in New York too.
That was a joke. New York is great.
I've never been, but like
me and Matt are
I know there's
planning
good
a
pizza out
pilgrimage.
there.
We're going.
Oh yeah,
we're going.
When?
We're gonna go in November.
Oh really?
Yep. We're gonna talk
maybe.
We're going pie to pie, New York style.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll join. I'll be in the background or something.
NY to N.
I'll just be the hater in the
Cali
back.
to NY. Yeah, just like who's that guy just talking shit the whole time?
I'm like 3 bites. Everybody knows the rule. Just like the knockoff.
You're the Neapolitan guy. You're like, there's too much. There's no flop. Where's the flop?
Yeah.
I want the flop.
I don't like flop. I don't. Wood fire pizzas with no flop.
Wood fire pizza. Give it 5 minutes and it all has a flop.
Well, yeah, but if
Also, I'm so sick of people being like, no flop. Dude, no flop is okay.
Yeah.
It's like the great pizza doesn't have to be like rock hard, dude.
Well, you don't want that. You don't want to be eating a cracker, like, you know what I mean?
Unless that's like what you're going for is a cracker crust. Like ideally, you want bite, with like a little sizzle, like some crunch in it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to fucking bite into just like.
No. And what's really popular right now? The fucking tavern style pizzas. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's like
Domino's.
That's like a big thing going on right now.
Why is that?
I don't know, dude. I've never heard of it before. Like a Domino's commercial rolled.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know why.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I mean, like I'm not. You know, I sound like a pretty big hater, and I kind of am. But it's like I like what I like.
Yeah.
And dude, sourdough. It's a whole wheat. You need to use some flour that's going to give you enough structure where it's going to hold it together, and that's kind of like long ferments, and that's kind of like my jam. Yeah. You know, I don't think that, you know, a lot of people get caught up in using like these hipster flours, and I need Karen Springs, and I need this. It's like, dude, if you know what you're doing, you can turn a $20 bag of flour into like somebody's best pizza they've ever had. You know what I mean? And I think that's way more important than being like, I'm using this cheese, I'm using this flour. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Well,
like,
everyone can
just make a good pizza.
You can say that you're using all those ingredients, but like,
yeah,
if you don't know how to use them, or like,
exactly.
Is Karen Springs the official hipster flour?
I would yeah, dude.
That's a hipster flour?
Your Karen Springs. Karen Springs is the hipster flour because Tartine uses it. So as soon as Tartine started using it, all the like hipster bakers out there are using it. Pizza guys. I mean, I was using it for a while too. And you got to make sure, and you're wearing fucking Blundstones.
Damn, dude.
You're just like full on hipster. Dude.
I feel attacked, dude.
Yeah. Do you have Blundstones?
No.
I mean, I have boots on, but they're not Blundstones. But
Karen Springs, I found out about through Christopher Bianco's.
Oh, see, there
Bianco,
you go.
back in the day, Magic Skagit.
Double hipster.
Magic, damn, is he official hipster now?
No, just kidding. He's probably the OG because he's the Arizona guy.
I think Falco was like talking about them a lot too.
Yeah.
But I got my first bag like back in 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
But it's good flour. I don't know if I'd call it hipster flour.
I would call it hipster flour for sure. Because it is, but it's good flour. I'm not hating on it because I like it.
I mean,
I use it. The Trailblazer is the best.
I would call it like really quality grain from Washington.
Yeah, that's potato.
Well, I just also hate the word hipster because it's like it's something people call
trendy. What do you want to call it? Like trendy flour or whatever.
Like people that like wear glasses, like ironically.
Yeah, like bohemian chic.
Boho chic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is Central Milling hipster flour?
Not anymore. Because as soon as Karen Springs came
out, like boomer flour now.
Yeah.
Central Milling's like the boomer flour.
I just like, okay, so all the guys that used to use Central Milling, use Karen Springs now because Tartine started using it, and I get it. Like,
I didn't even know Tartine used it.
Yeah, that's their. What's his name? What's the main guy? He's the guy that like kind of like rolled it out, and I forget the guy that Chad
Bozeman.
Yeah, or no, Chad, whatever, right? He's like he's the one that got started Tartine.
What's his fucking name?
Respect to him. He's a G in the baking world.
He is. I mean, that book.
Dude, no shade there. Like,
there's two books. Dude, you're a fucking hater. There's two books that probably changed my career completely. And one was the Pizza Bible.
Okay.
By Tony G. Because like I didn't know what baker percentages were. And like he has those two pages and where he breaks down like, and this is how you should be weighing. Yeah. And then the other one was tartine. That tartine, just that bread recipe for a country loaf. Yeah. I mean, I literally used that recipe to start fucking around with flour blends and making the recipe that is today at Hot Tongue. Yeah. And if it weren't for those two books, like I'd probably just be like measuring all trumps up to a fucking in a 22 quart, throwing like a couple teaspoons and tablespoons of yeast and salt in there and calling it a day.
Just cross your fingers.
Yeah. Pray to the dough gods.
Yeah. Luckily I was, first learning how to like make bread and stuff at Lodge and Justa and like learning percentages and stuff. Like I didn't know that was a thing. So like, dude, I have gone extreme with like some of the things that I've done only because of the foundation of those things that I've learned early on. Like the percentages in water, temperature, how much yeast, how much starter, percentage of starter you're putting in, how long are you letting it ferment for? Are you doing 1 day, doing 2 days? Like,
yeah, well, you got all that. Like you got like hands-on experience.
But I also didn't even realize what I was doing at the time. I just realized so at the time I was working. So I was at Bestia. And
that's right. You worked there too.
I worked there 3 times. I was a sous chef and then I got fired.
Weird. If your sausage needs aren't hitting all the right notes, then let Maestro lead the way. Maestro has been working closely with pizzerias for decades. They produce sausages designed specifically with pizzerias in mind. And you can tell their Italian sausage crumbles look like they were handmade in your shop, and they will taste that way as well. With over 80 years in business, family owned and operated, the family is incredible and so is their product. It's quality sausage with quality ingredients. Click the link in the show notes. A classical masterpiece awaits you. Back to the show.
It was a kind of my fault, not really, but whatever. Anyways, I didn't get fired got fired for some time. We'll go back to that. But So I helped open up Bavel. Their sister restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was part of the opening crew. I was working the wood fire grill at Bestia for a long time. The chef decided to take me over to Bavel because they have the big hearth, and so that he kind of needed somebody who knew how to cook with wood or like live fire. So I went over there, and then literally what happened was that I was next to the pita station, or they have the wood fire oven, the pita station, and I would just look at those dough balls and just be like, dude, like something was calling me, because I also grew up with my mom making flour tortillas every single day or every other day. And she'd do these like big flour tortillas that are called tortillas sobaqueras. It's called armpit tortillas, which is like, because the tortilla is so big that it goes to your armpit. And so basically, like, I don't know, I just saw these dough balls and stuff, and I was like, you know what? Like, I need to learn how to bake. This is like, so 3 or 4 months into opening Bavel, I was like, all right, later, I'm going to go learn how to bake. So, and they thought I was crazy. But yeah, that's kind of how I started doing that.
And that's how you got into the bakeries.
That's how I got into the bakery.
So Bestia was pre-bakery.
Bestia was pre-bakery, yeah.
Did you ever, what's his name? Slow Rise? No Bronner. Did he
ever work there? He worked there?
Didn't he do the pizza program at Bestia?
Oh, I don't know. That I don't know.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think that was like his big thing.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Like that was his like first big client, I think.
Oh. Well,
their pizza's pretty good, isn't it? I've never been to Bestia.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I've been to. Whoa, easy. Here we go. Here comes the hate.
I just know too fucking much now, dude. It's like, all right. Sorry, I'm not trying to be cussing.
So what's up? Oh, you can cuss. That's for sure. Give us the inside. What's going on with that pizza program back in 2016?
Whenever that was. Yeah.
They using all Trumps or what?
No.
What would you call that? What would you call that flour?
All Trump flour?
Yeah. If Karen Springs hipster flour, Central Milling is boomer flour. What is all Trump?
Oh man, I have a word for it, but I don't want to say it. I'll call it Let's call it the 9 to 5 flour. The 9 to 5.
The working man.
Yeah, the working man.
That blue collar flour.
Yeah, it's a blue collar flour.
Damn, I like that. That's fucking 100%. That's 100% what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So,
well said.
Yeah. I'll tell you the other one off.
Just say it now.
No.
So we have it. Just say it now, so we have it on the mic. Dude, that's what I'm waiting for. I think me and Matt are just waiting for the one day where Matt can't even edit. He forgets to edit something out, and we finally get canceled.
Yeah. Oh, is that what
and
you
then
want?
The podcast is over.
You're like, all right, we gave it a try.
What did he say about 7-Eleven tomatoes and all Trump's flour?
Oh, yeah.
That guy's out of here.
Fucking Daywalker. No, 9 to 5. I like it. I'll stay with that.
All right.
Stick with that. So where were we at? We were talking about
on like your
percentages
journey.
and stuff.
Well, yeah, we're on your journey because, dude, you have worked a lot of places.
Dude, I've worked too many places, honestly.
Where'd you go after Roberta's?
So after Roberta's, so it was like Lodge, Justa, Roberta's, and so I actually became a sous chef at Bestia, and that was a good 6 months because I actually hired somebody, and they posted on Instagram like us slamming beers in the dish pit and tagged the restaurant. And the next day I got a call, and I was done. So, and I was like, we all do that in every kitchen everywhere, but as soon as you throw it on Instagram, and you tag the restaurant, like, and the worst part is that person that did that, I hired them.
Yeah, well,
and they're from Long Beach.
Your fault.
So
I think that says a lot about Long Beach and you.
Yeah. Well, we party and we're idiots.
Yes.
So that was a stint. I had that for a while. What else did I fucking do? Man.
Well,
that was like, and then like I used to work at Odium. I used to run Gras Pizzeria.
Yeah, you worked at Gras.
Yeah. I was like
How
the
was
main
that?
guy.
Gras is like to me, Gras is like one of the more underrated spots in this area. Like that, I don't feel like they get the what's the
recognition.
Word? Yeah. Like maybe, or like, but they're pretty popular. You work there, like they're fucking they're slamming. That's really what matters.
Yeah, that place is that's what really matters. I don't know. I think they just never hit like a list, or maybe they pissed off the wrong food writer, or like, you know what I mean? Because that's also like a game too. Like you have to play nice with those guys in order to, do or have a name in anything, really, honestly. But outside of that, huh?
What do you mean play nice?
I mean, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Play nice, like with I don't know.
Like be a little.
Look, when it comes to that stuff, you have to be on people's good sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't. It doesn't matter. And this is coming from me, but like it's a disregard. It's like, it doesn't matter how good. Sometimes it doesn't matter how. It's a popularity contest sometimes out there.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You know the right people. You talk to the right guys. You're friends with the right dudes.
I feel like sometimes,
then they're gonna. You're boys with them, and they have like an article or whatever their background establishment is as far as their like writing credentials. They're probably gonna write about you, and they're your homie, so they're gonna just say nice stuff,
I gotta get some.
And it sucks, but like, if you can have the best whatever, but if people don't like you, or people are just gonna ignore you, then it also doesn't matter either. You know what I mean? So it's tough. So that's like kind of hard for me because I'm like treading in the middle. Like,
Do you get? Well, have you gotten any written like write-ups or like some like any kind of recognition for what you're doing right now with your trailer?
No.
In Long Beach?
No. I mean, it's been so the 31st is coming up.
Like Eater LLB? Is that a thing?
No, there's no. I mean, there is like one guy that's
there's not an Eater Long Beach.
It
would just be Eater LA, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be Eater LA, but they, Eater has their food writers everywhere, right? So
not really, but
yeah.
Like you said, they usually go to the same places.
Yeah. So no, I actually, and I say that stuff, but in all reality too, I am friends with like some food writers and like friends, like acquaintances and stuff, and we're good in passing. And I haven't had anything written about me yet, but my 1-year anniversary is coming up, and so I invited a couple guys that I know that have like, their platforms. So hopefully they write something up about me, and it's a positive thing. So they've had my food before too, so it's tough too because they might have your food, they might love your stuff, and then for whatever reason, it's just like, who knows what's going on in the background.
Well, that's kind of like what I want to know, because like I've invited people. Mm-hmm. They had the food.
Yeah.
Like I know that they even took pictures, and then like nothing ever happened. And it's like, it makes you wonder, like, did you think it sucked? Like, was it not good enough? Like, why couldn't this have been a mention? Like I know it's fucking good.
Yeah. So I don't know. That is, I don't know what politics are going on in the background in that sense, but that's where I'm saying that like the playing nice part is crucial, because I'm not saying kiss anybody's ass. Like don't do that. Like,
I feel like I should just double down and keep making reels about how much I hate the media.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe
stop doing that. Maybe like cut that out, you know?
But well, here's the thing, dude. It's like it doesn't matter. I know some restaurants that never get written about in Long Beach, and they're fucking busy every night.
Yeah, I mean
Who cares?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then you are a flash in the pan spot that'll pop up. Everybody likes you. You're busy as fuck. And then a year in, the guy that started it disappears, and then it starts to go down. You know what I mean? So,
no, I know.
I personally would rather have no food riders come and have a busy restaurant through word of mouth.
Yeah,
That is like best case scenario. You know what I mean? So, but that also involves like your community and, you know, your boys and like, you know, you kind of have that respect level in that area that you're in.
Yes.
But you know, it's not always like that. Some places need help, and they need help in that sense or whatever, right? Or maybe you're respected in the food world, and that's kind of, I feel like what I'm doing right now in Long Beach, because I don't really go too far outside of Long Beach. I just, you know, unless it's like a catering or like a random pop-up.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to build a community around like Waldo's Pizza in Long Beach, because there's, I like now, you're like, oh, Waldo, you're the pizza dude. Oh, yeah, I heard your pizza's fire. I haven't had it yet. And it's been a year since I've been doing these pop-ups.
Yeah.
And there's still people around town. I go to the bar, whatever, and they're just like, oh, I heard about your pizza. My buddy had it. He said it was good. Oh, like, and it's like a year, dude. I've been doing pop-ups for a minute now.
Yeah.
And there's still people in my area that hasn't had the food. So, but that's the buzz, the love that I'm trying to, like, the energy or the community that I'm trying to like latch onto. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to play the slow game, you know, or the long game, you know.
I think that's the game to play. I think it's the most frustrating game.
Yeah.
I think it's like the harder to deal with game, but like it's patience. I mean, I've manager meetings here, and we talk about like how wouldn't it be great to get like X, Y, and Z, or like have this thing written about us, or blah, blah, blah. But like a lot of those things are fleeting. Yeah. And that like, it really is like organic growth, word of mouth, and like that slow growth where people like will fall in love with you and stay in love with you. Yeah. Instead of just kind of be like this thing to try once. Yeah. Like we do these bar pies.
Exactly.
We do these bar pies, like that tavern shit's hot, right? Dude, 3 months ago, somebody walks in the door here. Yeah. This guy, Jeff, who's now a very good friend. And like, he tells me like, have you ever used the pizza press? And I was like, I would never fucking use a pizza press. That shit's whack. Yeah. But he's like, no, like you use it for bar pies. He brought it in. Like I started R&D bar pies. And
with the pizza press?
You just squash the shit out of it.
I've looked into those when I was running a spot, but yeah.
I've always imagined them they're gonna be like, you know, I've seen the Primas or whatever. They actually keep all the there's little fingers in there, all the bubbles. It's like they're insane. But I think they're like $30,000. What, you need another beer? Beer number 2. It is $8.54. Oh my God!
Sorry,
nice.
Sorry.
And the mic is broken now. They're just fucking.
My bad.
I think like Mod Pizza or like some like bullshit is going to use a pizza press. It's kind of like to me, what we do is an art, right? Yeah. And like the minute you start automating it, it becomes more of like an assembly line. Yeah. But sometimes, and my mind is being changed now because I think to scale properly, having tools like this, and they're getting better, like automation is kind of a pretty badass thing. It's not easy to train somebody to shell pizza correctly. People can make a circle on a pizza, but like thin spots and like
or how to correct thin spots and stuff. Yeah,
exactly, properly, and like how to cook a pizza. Does it really need the 180? And a pizza master, it's gonna be different from a baker's pride. From baker's pride to like Anyways, what I'm getting at is I would never use a pizza press, but he's like, no, like you just squash the shit out of it. And so you don't have to roll it out. And so I R&D'd these bar pies, and like they were pretty good. Like I have no relationship to tavern style pizza. Right? It reminds me of like a Red Baron or like a shitty Celeste pizza. But people fucking love it.
On it.
2 weeks into it, Luca from LA Countdown comes in, makes a video. And dude, we had the next Monday, it was fucking insane. And we'd never had anything like that here. But again,
I like that guy.
I love that guy. You know what I like about, and I'm so glad that like we got a little clout from somebody that I really respect because of what he's doing. He's building that himself. You know what I mean? Like there's no media or conglomerate. He's not like bought by anybody. He's building that himself. And for that attention to come from him was really special. But to see it in real life, because I've seen other people like blow up through,
like Instagram
or these people coming in and shining a light on them. To see people come in here and all the people we've never seen before, it felt really weird. It felt like a bunch of strangers were visiting. And I knew that it was, we're still kind of in it, but I knew I was like, it felt very short term. It didn't, you know what I mean? It just felt, there was a difference between somebody being like wanting to eat the pizza and then somebody coming in to try this one thing. And they were going to judge us on it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And they weren't interested in anything else that we've done. They just wanted that.
And so you're saying that like, that felt strange to you. Have you seen any of those people again after that, or no?
Not a whole lot of them. And again, like every Monday we do it. It's a lot. It's just a lot of new faces.
Gotcha.
Which is cool, and it's a great business tool, and people love it. But it's a weird thing.
Maybe it'll be. I mean, the best. Crossing your fingers. Hopefully, that's like the gateway to like maybe maybe the Monday. This is their Monday spot. They. They're like, oh, if they live in the area or something, they hit you up on a Thursday or Friday, Saturday night.
We've seen some fresher faces. But it is just, it's so weird for that to happen all at once.
Though. That guy, I don't know his name, but he's from LA Countdown, right? What's
Luca?
Luca, So he actually came to Gras and had the vegan pizza I made when I was there, and he was like, bro, this is so good. So I like what he does is that he hits all the spots that like the underrated spots or the spots that people don't hear about, and you know what I mean, and they're not like the cool kids or whatever. So he's doing good work.
He's doing God's work.
For sure.
It just seems like very unbiased. Because like LA has so much fucking food, and for like the same shit to be written about, or like the same things or restaurant groups to get like puffed up, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like he'll go like deep into Little Ethiopia and be like, yo, you gotta try this spot out. It's like, whoa, all right. It's like this noodle dish in fucking the Universal Studios hidden behind the Simpsons. It's like, what the fuck?
That's rad.
Anyways, I don't know really where I was going with that.
Oh, you're good.
Shout out Luca.
It was the community thing.
It felt different than what we had built before. Still cool, and like we've gotten a lot more eyes on the business. We'll see in the next 6 months like what it will have done for us. And it's also, you never know, like say you put some pizza on your menu and it's not even like what you do. It's kind of weird to like for that be the thing that blows up. And of course myself, I'm like, it's so fucking stupid. It's an ego hit. I'm like, this is fucking dumb. Me slamming all the air out of this pizza and like putting like a shit ton of cheese on it and fucking like burning it. This is what people want. This is what people want. They don't want the love that I put into like all this other shit.
It's so rough because then you like, Okay, so yeah, especially running pizzerias, it's like I want to say 80% of the pizzas that are on the menu are going to be your traditional like standards, right? Like cheese, pepperoni, a margarita, sausage and peppers, and like you have hopefully you have 10% of that creativity level where like, because people are going to always come in for that stuff, and it's going to be on repeat. People are always going to hit a pepperoni. People are always going to, that's that small percentage of people that trust you that are going to be like, oh, dude, what's that special pie you got today? Yeah. And then that's where you get to be creative and let your juices let it go. And then these people trust you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we're making food for everybody and every pizza should be great. But those ones that you like really put like your touch on, those are the ones where you're just like, fuck yeah, like this is what I'm doing it for. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I'm sure you get it all the time too. Like there's a lot of bad pizza out there and a lot of good pizza, but like it's always good to hear like, dude, this is probably the best pizza I've ever had ever. And you're like, damn, sick. Like it is, and especially when you hear it from like a little bit of like older people too. They're like, what did you do to this? What? The pepperonis I use is pretty funny.
I use boomer flour. I love it. I love boomer flour. I'm putting this on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on my Facebook feed.
Yeah, I got. People are like, dude, what's up with this pepperoni? I'm like, why are these pepperonis? It's like, dude, it's just not the traditional stuff that everybody else uses. You know what I mean? So it's crazy because it's just like little tweaks that you can do, and they might not know exactly what you're doing, but the end product of what they're tasting, they know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So don't sacrifice on quality, or you know what I mean, or the delivery to it. I don't know where we're going with that. We're talking about like community and then pizza shit. So yeah.
What was the brewery that you worked for?
Oh, Beechwood.
Yeah. So can we talk about that? Mm-hmm.
Fuck them, dude.
Whoa,
yeah, let's do it.
Dude, I'm gonna get sued.
No.
It was.
You can cut that part out, but yeah, I worked for Beechwood Brewery.
Because I don't know, like we met. Dude, you just like hit me up on Instagram. You came and like we hung out at Purgatory. Yeah. First time. And so we've been talking and chatting, and you've been wanting to do your own thing for a really long time. Yeah. And I felt like when you got the Beechwood thing, you were going back and forth. Also, was that about the same time you were having your back surgeries? So your back's all fucked up.
Yeah. I have 4 back surgeries, and I got about 8 screws and some metal and all that stuff in there. So what is it? 2021, I had a back surgery, and it was a failed back surgery. And then right back after that, I had a spinal fusion. So they they put a bunch of metal in there, replaced one, pulled one of my discs out, whatever. You could Google spinal fusion. Yeah. So I got the same surgery Tiger Woods got. So that's kind of like, this is kind of sick.
You're basically Tiger Woods.
And Tiger Woods was born in Long Beach. So he's a Long Beach guy. It's crazy.
Damn, dude. Tiger Woods, LBC?
Yeah. Long Beach Memorial. Yeah. Sick. I was having the back surgery, and I read his book, and I was like, no fucking way. I was like,
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm the pizza Tiger
Woods. Shit, am I the pizza Tiger Woods?
Dude, he was fucking born in a hospital like 3 miles away from where I live. Anyways, so I was going through all that. That was hardcore wildness, Don't recommend back surgeries, please. Like hold out, don't do it. And then once I came out of what's it called? Disability, I helped open up Beechwood Pizza and Beer.
So hold on real quick. Mm-hmm. So your back was pretty fucked up. You're immobile, and like you're walking around with like a walker and shit.
Yeah, I had a walker. I had the tennis balls on the bottom.
But what I want to talk about is prior to Beechwood, you had called me up, and we were asking questions. Because you told me kind of like what your
that Little Coyote.
What your whole concept, what you wanted your whole concept to be. Mm-hmm. And I felt like you kind of took what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you did it at Beechwood.
Yeah.
Because you like wanted to use the Sonora flour and you wanted to like, you talk about hipster. You wanted to like fucking mill your, you're like, I want to mill my own grain.
I did.
Yeah.
It was wild. I was the most hipster, dude. I had, give me the kit. I fucking had the boots. I had the hipster flour.
Dude, what are these boots? I gotta get these boots.
these Blundstone boots.
Blundstone?
What's it called? No plastic. I was just drinking out of glass. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. No microplastic?
Full, yeah.
Blundstone?
Blundstone boots. That's the official hipster baker pizza boot.
These are sick.
That's like dry. If you're a baker or a pizza dude and you wear those, it's like driving around a Volkswagen, like what is it, a Volvo wagon or whatever. You know, those things are.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. That's how hipster it is.
So, those are pretty sick.
My boy, I hope Lucky Nick is watching.
Oh, Nick does.
He rocks them hard. I told him too. I was like, oh, you got the hipster boots on.
Definitely uses Karen Springs too. That's why me and Nick get along.
Yeah, I put them on. Yeah.
You definitely had some bloodstones though.
I don't have bloodstones.
You did?
Oh, I don't. No. I was like, that's even more hipster. I got the anti-bloodstones, which is another Australian brand. Anyways.
I got some cowboy boots and Wranglers coming because I've only been listening to that Post Malone album. I'll tell you that much. All right, keep going.
Yeah, so I think when we first started talking, I was still running. I was at Little Coyote or something, running it.
Yeah, a little. Okay, get that off camera. There we go.
And so, yeah, I just kind of like.
But you were like, you took a lot of like what we had talked about for your own thing.
Oh,
and put it. You gave them a lot of like. You built their pizza program.
Yeah. How
long were you there for? And like, what were you asked to do? Because this is like for people. I want people to understand that like these opportunities come. They paid you a lot of fucking money to do their pizza program, didn't they?
I mean, I was on salary. I wouldn't say I got paid a lot of money, but I will say that they gave me like 3 months to develop the program, and so that was nice. And I had, we were going super far into it because, they're a brewery. They like mill grains. It's very standard and normal for them because they make beer. So I ended up getting 2 different mills. So I had a mill to crack like wheat berries, and then I had another mill, stone mill, that actually like ground it fine.
Two mills.
Yeah, 2 mills. I had a mill room. It's still there. I had a mill room. Yeah, it was Millhouse. That was
you are Millhouse, dude.
Yeah. So I would hard white wheat. I would crack hard white wheat and Sonoran white wheat, and then that would go 100% into my sourdough starter. And then from there, it was like Karen. It was so stupid saying it out loud now. I was using like 6 different flours for this fucking pizza, and it was just like I was milling my own grains. I was like, and shit. It was just like, yeah, it was stupid. We were using like I forget. We were like using some like salt additive to like, I don't know. It was a lot. It was cool. I'm glad I got all that experience. But as soon as that ended.
Why did that end? I think we're finding a pattern here.
The problem's me. Yeah. That's why I have to work for myself, dude. Yeah.
Yes. Waldo is the problem.
What was it? So basically, at one point, you open up a restaurant. We were killing it. I'm talking about like.
Yeah, you told me like out the gate.
We're out the gate. The first 3 months, we were making like $180,000 a month. You know what I mean? Food cost was baller. Everything was on point. Like, some people come and go during the process. I was just really tough. The food was really good. My leadership, like, I think kind of took a toll on people because I was so.
How are you as a leader?
I am
a little aggressive.
I'm aggressive, and I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So some people get it, some people don't get it.
Yeah, you're old school.
Yeah. I'm like old school, new schoolish. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not like gentle parenting. You're like
I'm tough love.
Yeah.
Like you fuck something up, you're remaking it and making it right so that you know what it is.
Yeah, and you're
know what I
getting
mean?
yelled at, and like I'm throwing the hot cheese. on
No,
your
no,
hand.
no. I'm not. I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I will talk to you in a certain tone, but I won't yell at you.
Okay.
I can't do that. If I could, or maybe, you know, it's a different
If you
story.
could like get physical with employees.
No.
Why is it so funny?
So yeah. So basically, one of
This is the one we get canceled.
Yeah.
Dude. This is it.
I'm sweating.
I know. You're sweating out booze while putting more in you.
Sweaty, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Waldo showed up and said he'd only had 3 hours of sleep and drank 3 bottles of wine.
Yeah, and we'll leave that last part out.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, I asked. You know, we're doing really good, and I asked the owner, which is that guy was like the owner of Beechwood. He's a maniac. He's loco, and I asked him for a raise, and he was just like, "You want a raise? You're not even doing half your job well." And I was just like, "Okay."
Damn,
I
dude.
was like, "All right." I was like, let me. I'm putting it all out there, huh? I was like, "Let me just remind you that you called me.
Oh,
I didn't call you."
You hit him with the "let me remind you."
Yeah. Let me remind. Yeah, I literally told him, "Let me remind you. You called me. I
shit.
didn't call you."
Oh my
so,
god.
You know what? And I like started yelling at him. I was like, "Fuck you!" Like da 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 da. So, mind you, I was like 4 months deep of working 7 days a week.
Yeah. Dude,
Like-
you become a different. You're no longer human.
Dude,
working
like-
7 days a week.
I'm working. I'm like there at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping in my car in the middle of the day to like, you know, get a little break.
Yeah.
You know, and then like working service. Like I wasn't just like a chef or like a cook or whatever that was just like sitting in front of a line and be like, "Hey, cook this, cook that." Like I stretched every single pizza every single night.
Yeah.
I put out all the food in the beginning. You're talking about like making schedules. You're talking about people looking for days off, trying to find dishwashers, people complaining. Like it's just, you know, it's a very like, it wasn't just like a pizzeria. We had like food. We had
Yeah.
2 different ovens too. So we had a Montague, we had a double deck oven, and then we had like a wood fire assist like gas oven too that we would do. So it was a full blown like, you know, we're putting out a lot of food. So
Yeah.
mind you, like 4 months deep after, you know, opening up a restaurant and somebody tells you that, dude, you're just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, I'm like,
So did you throw your apron in at that point?
I didn't throw my apron.
You like fucking rolled it up and threw it in his face?
It was really high intensity. I just walked into the kitchen. I told all my boys, I was like, you know, hey, you guys, everybody that was here since the beginning and here now, like, I appreciate it for you all. I appreciate you guys for all your time. And yeah, you guys aren't going to be seeing me again.
Well, dude, I didn't even know that happened. David came in here.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, how's Beechwood going? Like, I haven't talked to Waldo, and he's like, oh, he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's why I had to like start my own thing.
Well, this is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You're probably a guy that like needs his own thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, that's why I started my own thing, because you know, it was funny because at that time, as soon as after Beechwood ended, I was sitting there and like, you know, and majority of the time you're going to sit there and be like, all right, I need to find a new job. I need to like figure something out. You know, you're going to try to hold on to your savings account as best you can, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I was the opposite. I was like, all right, I got like 25 grand in my savings, and that's all I have. And I don't have anything else. And I just spent all of it trying to start Waldo's Pizza. So I literally went from, you know, making a nice salary, running a restaurant, to quitting, to I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I have to like do something on my own.
How
now.
quick was that turnaround?
It wasn't that maybe like a few months. You know, I found an oven online. this lady in Sacramento. She was getting out of her catering gig, and I bought it, and then I started buying all the equipment. So I got double door fridge, a mixer.
Where'd you put all that shit?
It's in my garage.
Nice.
Yeah, like
you got the commissary.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like I literally spent all my money and didn't work.
How much was everything to get started with the trailer and everything?
So I paid $12,000 for the trailer. I paid for the I think the double door fridge was like $2,000. The mixer was like on the cheaper side, $1,500. Like, it starts adding up quick.
Planetary or Spiral?
Spiral.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then how did you fucking outright? Here, I'll turn the AC on for you, dude. You're making me sweat. Did you have the $12,000? Did you have the $12,000 straight up to buy the trailer? They finance that or what?
No. I had like a nice little savings account.
Yeah.
So I, like I said, like in a case like that, a smart person would be like, oh, okay, let's go find another job. But I was just like, you know what? This is it. Like after getting burnt by Little Coyote and getting burnt there, I was just like, I got to start something on my own. So basically, yeah, I bought, invested everything and started doing Waldo's Pizza, dude.
And you never look back. Is that all you're doing right now?
That's all I'm doing right now. It took me a little while to start only doing that. So I was working like a regular job. I was working at Roberta's and I was working at a pizza spot in Long Beach. And yeah, but now I'm doing Waldo's Pizza full time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how often are you popping up and shit?
At least twice a week, at least. But then I've been getting into the catering world and stuff like that too. I got in pretty good with like a few catering spots that hit me up quite often. So yeah, so it's been working out.
Do you have like a schedule?
So is she good?
Yeah. Do you like are you posted up at like certain bars all the time?
So I am at the Grasshopper in Long Beach every Friday night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday nights I kind of leave it open for other caterings or other gigs or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So
definitely
in Long Beach.
When do you use the Gozneys and not the oven?
So I do pop. Yeah, I need some more napkins.
Dude,
dude, I'm sweating bullets.
I'm asking the hard-hitting questions, my guy.
I think it's just like the booze and then it's warm in here or whatever.
Oh, it's 100% the booze.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What's that? So yeah, in Long Beach, I do pop up every Friday at the Grasshopper. So that's a bar, a local bar everybody goes to. Saturdays, I leave it open for caterings or just, I don't know, other pop-ups and stuff like that. So,
but when do you decide to use the Gozneys over the trailer?
The Gozneys is when I do pop-ups by myself.
Okay.
So
Friday. So you have a crew then that you use?
Kind of. I'm pretty like self-sustainable. So like I will do pop-ups by myself. So I will pop up in front of like the Grasshopper in that sense, use the Gozneys, and I'll sell 50, 60 pizzas by myself throughout the night. And so I'm like taking orders, making pizzas, charging people, and it's just a one-man show. If I'm doing bigger gigs, then that's when I'll bring like one guy with me. Yeah. And I have a buddy of mine. He still works at Roberta's. He works in the morning, so he helps me out at night. So shout out to Frankie. He kills it, and he'll take orders, help me with pizzas. I'll cook them, slice them. So I run pretty tight. And I like it that way because, like, let's say me and Frankie are working together. We both know, like, what the pizzas are gonna look like, how to stretch it. You know what I mean? It's like we're very harmonious. Yeah. You know? Like we're dancing. That's
you're dancing. I like that. The dance.
Yeah. Dancing, sweating. Jeez.
What is the main difference between your trailer pizza and when you cook out of the Gozney?
Oh, there's a 180, dude. It's like there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Like, so the Gozneys and those things are amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
I have 2 of them. They create the best pizzas, I think, that a gas wood fire or like a gas oven can create.
Yeah.
Now, does it create a
Gas mobile?
gas mobile?
Yes.
Yeah, gas mobile. It's the best that it's fire.
Yeah.
But in comparison to a wood burning oven,
Yeah.
sorry, like you're not. It's
not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's 180. It's like the bottom cooks completely different. The stone is different. Like it's just working with a wood fire oven. Like a proper one is just going to give you a better pizza at the end of the day. Yeah.
Now that you're not nerding out with 6 flour blends and and like droppers and beakers, what's your dough process today? What flours are you using?
So it's King Arthur, high gluten, and then it depends. If I can get my hands on some like good flour, I will. But
What's good flour to you?
the 9 to 5.
Dude, because
The hipster flour.
King Arthur is essentially a 9 to 5 flour as
for
well.
sure.
That's like
There's that new
it's like
Arden-
you know what I would call
Arden-
you know what I would call King Arthur? King Arthur is hipster all trumps. that high gluten
pretty
that
accurate.
high gluten
Yeah, that's
flour,
pretty
it's just like oh no, I don't use all trumps. I use King Arthur high gluten flour. It's like, okay, same percentage of protein and
Sorry, it's like $16 bag or $22 bag.
they don't even have their own mill.
No. Well, I don't know about all that.
They don't.
They don't.
No, they have like
They
a
like
proprietary
process.
mix.
Yeah.
And they use other people's mills.
Yeah.
And then they have good branding too.
Well, so King Arthur, like their flour is like pretty good. You know what I've been messing with lately is what's that? Arden. It's like a cheaper flour. What's it called?
Arden Spring?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Not bad.
Also 9 to 5 flour.
Yeah, super 9 to 5.
anything
That's
you
the
get
one
at-
that like
anything
calls
you-
out sick.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah,
he
that's
works
definitely-
9 to 5,
he's
but like
like,
on Wednesday,
oh man,
little
he's
shoddy.
hungover.
Yeah,
he's fucking hungover,
Yeah,
and
so
he's
that's-
calling out.
Exactly.
That's 100% that flour. I'd say any flour you can get at Restaurant Depot is a 9 to 5.
But yeah, for sure.
Mondocco, Power Flour.
Power. That was. I actually don't mind that one. To be
I don't
honest.
mind any of those
No,
flours.
they're all like
get the job done.
pretty much like across the board, pretty similar.
Yeah.
You can't tell the difference by the time you're like
No.
mixing. You
No.
know what I mean?
Actually, I would also almost I'd argue that most people want that kind of chew, that kind of bite, and that kind of flavor. I think all those flours really kind of remind people of what the kind of pizza they ate growing up because they are so widely used.
Yeah. So
You're using all trumps.
So I'm using 9 to 5 flour for sure. So it's actually
And is it sourdough or are you just
No, it's sourdough.
Okay.
So that was the Arden
Portia.
Arden Spring or whatever, Arden Mills. They actually have a whole wheat bag of flour that's like $15. And so it depends. Like I use a lot of like what I use these days only because it's what's relatively available to me, right? Like if I could go pick up a bag of the hipster Karen Springs shit tomorrow and it's not super far, I would.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to make my life super hard. But so that's why I said earlier, like if you know what you're doing, you can turn like a really nice bag, like a 9 to 5 flour into like a super nice pizza. So I use whole wheat and high gluten for my sourdough starter. And so I'd let that do its thing. I let it, once I feed it, I let it grow for maybe like 4 to 6 hours. And then that's when I decide to use it into my mix. So I do, like 14 kilo batches, 10% sourdough starter, 64% hydration, 3% salt. get 2% olive oil. And I also do dry yeast too. So I put three teaspoons of dry yeast in there too. So because I like the crunch. It's not even that. It's like the dry yeast just gives pizza that crunch that I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have sourdough, it's like, it's great, it's good. And it's not necessarily because it's like, I don't use it to like back it up.
Yeah.
I use it because I like that crunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that development.
yeah, I also don't really care like anymore. I used to care about crust and how it looks and like, I'm like, dude, slap that shit out. Like the ingredients are good. Make sure it's perfect. Like you cook it right.
Yeah.
And people like it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of just like, I'm like completely opposite of what I used to do, you know? So.
Well, you know, I always think back to the line from Kanye where he says, everything I'm not may be everything I am because I eat my fucking words every day. Everything I used to think was cool or fucking I would never do that.
Yeah.
I'm doing it today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the same shit probably in a year or 2 weeks from now. I mean, everyone jokes around about here. Like us, I said I would never do something. Shit, I mean, we had a vegan restaurant and it's full blown now.
Yeah.
But I think that's good that, you know, that happens. That just, I think is a sign of somebody like growing.
Yeah. Well, it was also somewhat in a sense forced too, you know, like I'm making my own stuff. I have running my own little small business now. Like at the end of the day, like,
It's a lot different when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah. Like, can you afford that $60 bag of flour?
Yeah.
Like, sure. But you turn that $60 bag of flour into X amount of doughs and you go to the bar and you only sell 20 pizzas.
Yeah.
You're like, is it? No, it's not. Sometimes it's not worth it. So I would say, yeah, with the technique and what you know, what you like, what you know, you can not get away with, but what you can accomplish. I think that's key.
Kind of get away with. Yeah. All right, I got two more questions.
Okay.
You've worked a lot of places. You've done pizza in different places. You've worked a lot of jobs, different jobs.
Yeah.
What is the main thing or the most important thing you've learned through all of those jobs? What was the biggest lesson or like experience that you had throughout that career?
Don't be afraid to refire food. That's like that would probably be the most important thing. Like outside of making sure that you take care of your staff or whatever, but like on the food sense, on the food side, don't be afraid to refire something, because I remember, and got instilled into me when I was at Bestia. It's not perfect, throw it out. And you know, luckily a place like that, they had the resources where they could like do that, right? Not everybody can do that, but what I'm saying is that if you know something is wrong and you have that feeling in you, redo it. Because if you're gonna feel guilty walking out, and then on top of that too, it's like, come on, you got like, maybe it's a new customer, repeat customer, it's not the same, you have one chance, you know what I mean? So you kind of want to just stand behind what you're producing 100%. So don't be afraid to redo something, because it'll take 2, 3, maybe 10 minutes. And that's something that somebody's going to talk about for weeks, months, or return, you know what I mean? So
great advice.
Yeah.
This is the half question. So I have 2.5 questions.
How do I go from sweaty to like cold now? Do you just turn this shit on?
I think that's the drugs now.
Oh, you didn't see me go to the bathroom and do a bump.
Waldo immediately went to rehab after this interview.
Yeah, you own Porsche now. Porsche.
I brought my dog because I'm dropping them off with you. Who made better pizza, Gras or Roberta's?
Roberta's.
Okay.
Roberta's, for sure. Easy.
Because their dough program, or?
No, I would say the dough at Gras is better than Roberta's, but the toppings and the execution is better at Roberta's. It's more chef driven.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even Gras seems pretty chef driven.
It's like, and I'm talking from like when I used to work there. I don't know how it is now, don't quote me on that.
Well, we're gonna quote you on that.
Anything else you want to fucking?
This is it.
Anything else? Because I'll tell you. I don't give a fuck.
I know. I've stayed away from.
Portia.
I have stayed away from certain questions because I don't even want the truth. At least not on camera. Who's the greatest recording artist or band of all time to you?
Recording artist or band?
Yes.
Well, those are two different categories, isn't it? Like
No,
a band
because-
or
so
like
usually I say
either
who's the
one
greatest-
artist or a band.
Who is the greatest artist or band of all time, so that you can like pick one musical artist, like a Taylor Swift or the Rolling Stones.
Gotcha.
So if I haven't been specific in the past, people will be like Picasso, and I'll be like, did I not answer that correctly or ask that correctly?
Fuck, of all times?
To you,
Yeah.
and don't say something because you want to sound cool.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm that guy now. Hey, Portia. No biting. Hey.
Portia
We gotta
loves chords.
We gotta
Don't
get her
fuck
in
with
this
Matt,
clip.
dude.
Man,
She's coming in for hands.
let me. Hey. I would say Lee Fields.
Wow.
Yeah. All time, R.I.P. Yeah, Lee Fields.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my dude.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Really? You don't
No.
know? Okay.
Leaf Fields?
Lee Fields.
Lee Fields.
Yeah. He's like a soul, he's like a soul artist. He
Okay.
passed away like a few years back, whatever.
Older
But,
dude?
Semi, I guess. Yeah, but he's fire.
Lee Fields.
Yeah, Lee Fields.
All right, I'll check him out.
Yeah. Check him out.
Dude, thank you for coming and buying all these Lloyd pans. Waldo drove up. I'm selling like $2,000 of Lloyd pans for $13 a pan. And I coerced Waldo to get on the podcast. I said, he's like, oh, come pick him up on Monday. And I said, all right, let's do a podcast. And he's like, okay, I guess we can do that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Dude, it was rough. I was like, this morning, because I parked, I had to like haul my, it was rough this morning. I got...
Well, you made it.
Sleep.
You made it
on time.
You made it
I'm
on
a man
time.
of my word, man.
Yeah,
I'm a man of my word.
You made it on time. Crushed 2 beers before 10 o'clock. I love you, dude. Thanks for doing this.
Love you too, dude. All right.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much.